Take a walk through these mournful mountains and you may just catch a glimpse of a mythical faun, a talking lion or even a white witch. It was this wonderful landscape that inspired a local writer to pen one of this generation's most loved children's books. Where am I? Well, find out in just a moment as we embark on yet another fantastical escape to the country. Today we're helping two retirees swap city suburbs for scenic vistas.
Winter or summer is a fabulous view.
But it won't be a walk in the park. I'm getting the feeling that you're not getting the feeling, if you know what I mean. So will we ever deliver the perfect retirement package? You're joking.
Really? What do I sign?
Have you got your checkbook with you?
Today, I've leapt over the Irish Sea to explore all that Narnia has to offer. Well, actually, I'm in the Mourne Mountains in County Down, Northern Ireland. But you might excuse the confusion, because it was this wonderful landscape that Belfast-born C.S. Lewis based his magical world. First published in 1950, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe was one of a series of books in the Chronicles of Narnia, which has been published in 41 different languages and has sold 120 million copies. But it's quite easy to see why such flights of fancy were inspired by these wonderful mountains that so famously and poetically sweep down to the sea. With the Irish Sea making up its eastern border and the counties Armagh and Antrim to the north and west, I think County Down has plenty to write home about. The 12 peaks of the Mourne Mountains are Northern Ireland's highest points, and plans are afoot to make them the region's very first national park. These granite monoliths give way to a very rural county, where both arable and dairy farming play a vital role in the economy and provide a near endless picture of rolling green pastures and large tranquil lochs. An excellent river network, especially the rivers Bann and Lagan, helped shape the agricultural and industrial landscape in the 18th and 19th centuries, giving rise to a textile industry that saw many villages and towns flourish, such as Downpatrick, the county town, believed to be the last resting place of patron saint St Patrick. However, if you come to the region looking for traditional Irish stone properties with slate roofs or thatches, then you may be in for a rough ride. Houses here are typically constructed from block and rough cast rendering. Farmhouses and bungalows are not in short supply. As for the views, well, they could have been painted by the old masters. If you're thinking that a move over to Northern Ireland would be the cheap option, then think again. Prices here are pretty much the same as average prices in England and Wales, running at around £166,000. And if you think County Down might be your preferred location, then you've got quite expensive tastes. Prices can go up to about £200,000 for your average house, which is pretty much the same as Hampshire in the south of England. Reception rooms, a contemporary kitchen with all the mod cons, and 4 bedrooms. It's on the market for just under £500,000. Well, there's something for everyone's taste there, which should suit this week's buyers, who are ready to kick back and make this Emerald Isle their home. Born and bred Irish Cailin Marguerite and her husband Roger have lived in and around Nottingham for 45 years. But now they've both retired, Marguerite is longing to return to her roots.
I came from a little town called Rough Ireland, which is in County Down in Northern Ireland. I came over to England when I was 17 and stayed with my aunt. So I really would like to go back to my family. I've got 6 sisters based around Northern Ireland, nephews and nieces, and we would really like to be part of that family again.
So with family ties pulling them to County Down, and with their grown-up son now living in Australia, they've decided to swap their suburban 4-bedroom home of the last 22 years for a country pad across the Irish Sea. But what exactly do they have in mind?
The dream property would be a 3-bedroom bungalow set in a nice little piece of land overlooking maybe the mountains of Mourne, or just overlooking some nice scenery, and there is loads of nice scenery in County Down.
They'd like this to be their last move, so we'd better get the particulars spot on.
In my next house, I obviously wouldn't need 4 bedrooms, but 3 would be very nice.
Marguerite is quite happy with her current kitchen in terms of style and size, but she does have some big ideas elsewhere.
I would like a nice lounge and a separate dining room. I like to keep the cats out be able to close a door. A nice garden, not too big of a garden because
No, not too big of a garden.
I've got
to look after the gardening.
Doesn't sound like Roger is particularly green-fingered, but that doesn't mean to say he wouldn't like some outside space.
This is my current garage here. It's a double. Not really big enough for what I am hoping to do in the future. I'd like to buy a little sports car or something similar to mess about with and tinker about with in the warmer weather. And this garage just isn't big enough for that sort of thing.
Now, as frequent visitors to County Down to see family, I'm assuming Marguerite and Roger have a location in mind.
The area we would like to move to is a little town called Banbridge. A lot of my sisters are based around that area, so we would really like to be within maybe a 10-mile radius of Banbridge.
We're looking for somewhere fairly rural, villagey, on the outskirts of a town or a village with neighbours, not too close, just somewhere nice and in a nice position, nice rural position.
One very important point is it must not be on a main road because we have the cats.
So that's one property no-no, but are there any others we need to heed?
We're not really keen on beams, that sort of thing, so the property needs to be sort of fairly newish. We're not into pine ceilings and those very heavy sort of things. It's basically light and airy.
Well, before we can find them their country home, Roger and Marguerite need to know how much their current house is worth. So we've invited a local agent round to give them a valuation.
This is a well-presented 4-bedroom detached family house set in a good location. The area has good schools and good amenities. I value this property between £320,000 and £330,000.
With that in mind, what's the final figure for the big move?
My budget for the new property is up to £270,000.
Max.
Maximum.
So Roger and Marguerite do not want one of these. They're after living on one floor. And the good news for them is the average price for a bungalow here in Northern Ireland is around £213,000. Let's face it, it doesn't sound like they're after the average bungalow. At least 3 reception rooms, 3 bedrooms, and outside, room for a double garage. Sounds like they could be pushing their budget here a little bit. I think there might be a compromise ahead. With family in and around Banbridge, Marguerite has asked us to stay within a 10-mile radius of the town, which is quite a limited search area. We've managed to track down a fabulous lineup of single-storey dwellings to view. As always, I won't be revealing their asking prices until the end of the tours. And finally, there's a mystery property which will be a challenge, but will it be a step too far? Good morning, guys. Welcome to County Down. Now, old ground for you, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
You come here quite a lot, don't you?
We do.
Yes.
How soon are we looking to move over here?
As soon as we can.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
So with a house up for sale, you've got your budget in mind of, what, 270?
270,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
We can be a little flexible.
Good. That's a relief.
Yes.
Because you do want quite a lot for your money, but there's a good variation of property that we've got to show you today.
Great, yeah.
Of course, we've also got the mystery house to show you, which could be absolutely anything. I'm quite excited about that one. Should we get on the road?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go.
Good. So, for a top budget of £270,000, Roger and Marguerite want a modern 3-bedroom detached bungalow in a semi-rural location. Their must-haves include a good-sized kitchen, a separate dining room, a living room and a sunroom or family room, which adds up to an awful lot of reception rooms. Roger has his heart set on a double garage so he can buy a sports car, and they'd both like far-reaching views. They want all of this within a 10-mile radius of Banbridge, so the pressure is really on.
Very nice indeed.
I like the look of it. I like the windows. I like the front door, and yeah, first impression's good.
And I can see the scenery over there. It's going to be gorgeous.
Yes, lovely scenery out the back by the look of things. Yeah.
Want to look inside?
Please, yes.
Excellent. Built 8 years ago, this bungalow is beautifully presented inside. It doesn't quite have all the space they've asked for, but there are options, so hopefully they'll see the potential. Okay, the living room, or living area if you like.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nice
Yeah,
fireplace.
very nice. Nice room. Yeah.
They put the white oak floorboards in themselves, which I think helps with the theme of this room because it does go round next door. Let me show you.
Yes. Right.
Oh, lovely. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Separate dining room, which is what I wanted.
I think the real advantage of this room in this house at the moment is you see that sun deck out there?
Yes.
Underneath that decking are foundations for a sunroom.
That's good.
Ideal.
So because the foundations are done, the work has been started, that planning consent will stay with this property in perpetuity. So you can build onto that a sunroom at any time in the future.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd want to do?
Yeah, definitely. It would nice to have the flow out through the doors there into a nice conservatory, and what a fabulous view it is out there. It's
gorgeous.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
Yeah.
A lot of this house, I think, benefits from fantastic views, and this isn't the only room that uses them.
Right.
Take to the kitchen.
Okay. Right.
Pretty modern kitchen.
Very nice. Good
Oh, yes,
size.
this is
Yes,
good, yeah.
yes. Eating kitchen.
Yeah, ideal.
It's a lovely kitchen. I like
Yeah.
the flooring.
Excellent. So you wouldn't change it because kitchens are very personal, aren't they?
I wouldn't
Sinks
change it.
there,
at all.
ideal, looking out over that lovely view.
Well, listen, you're going to be getting a lot of that view in, aren't you, Roger? Because that's where the washing up's done.
Yeah, no, that's my job, definitely.
No
Definitely.
dishwasher.
But there is. Oh, I was keeping that quiet. There is an integrated dishwasher as well.
Oh,
if you
well,
wanted to
that's
give him a
nice.
day off.
Yes, yes.
No, I like the cooker range there because I do a lot of the
Oh,
cooking.
that's a lovely big cooker, yes.
Next door, you've got a good-sized utility room.
Yes, that's
Fabulous,
ideal.
yeah. That's great.
And you've got a door there
Right.
going straight out to the garden as well.
That's where my cats will go.
So happy so far?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's keep looking around, shall we?
Yep.
Okay.
So with a big thumbs up for the kitchen, it's so far so good. Plus, this property comes with the must-have 3 bedrooms too. Off the hallway, it's a good-sized double guest room come study, and there's a single bedroom. Okay, just quick peek into this bathroom. What do we think?
Very nice.
Yep.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Separate shower, that's good.
Like the
Yeah.
tiles, yes.
Now, I'm not going to wow you with en-suites. I'm sorry. So this is your only bathroom. But would this suffice?
I think so.
This is big enough.
Yes, I would prefer another.
It's big enough for just the two of us anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we think of the master bedroom.
Right.
Okay, so the master bedroom.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Oh yes.
Lovely size.
Yep. Ideal size.
Now, what about when you wake up every morning?
Winter or summer is a fabulous view. It's very special.
Yes.
Very special.
I'd say that's a thumbs up all round, and I can't see the outside space disappointing. The property sits on a half-acre plot in all, but for once, I'm hoping that won't be too big. Well, isn't this lovely out here?
Beautiful.
This is absolutely fabulous. This is ideal.
Lovely size.
Not too big. I'm not that much into gardening, but I do like a nice lawn. It's.
Well, I know what you are into, Roger, and that's your motor car.
I am indeed. Yes.
Now, that is not a shed. That is, believe it or not, is a garage.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. My own thoughts were that you'd probably put a garden shed to the back of it, get all the garden
Yes.
stuff out of there,
Yes.
and that becomes Roger's domain,
Yes.
where Marguerite never shall step.
My little kingdom.
So, how much does a house like this cost, I wonder?
Very, very difficult to value.
Go for 259.
I think I'd go slightly less. I think I'd go 249,950.
Well, it's just been reduced to 225.
Oh,
Really?
Very good. Very
Yes.
good.
That's very good. That's good value.
Good value.
And you get these fantastic views.
Yeah.
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 Can't beat
Yeah.
that.
The views are worth a bob or two, aren't they?
Well, now it's your time to have a scoot around here on your own. Look into all the rooms and think, you know, if your furniture will
yeah.
fit. And obviously, you'll want to have a scoot in that garage, won't you?
I will. Yes, I will.
All right, I'll catch you in a bit.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
What a great start. Under budget at £225,000, Roger and Marguerite would have £45,000 in spare change to tackle any work, like adding that sunroom. After that, there'd be little to do as it's superbly finished and comes with a must-have 3 bedrooms, a good-sized kitchen, a separate dining room leading off the living room, and the views are unbeatable. This move is a downsize for them, but will this bungalow be big enough to fit all of Marguerite's visiting family?
Oh, it's a little on the small side, really. I couldn't get 3 cars in here. You'd struggle to get one.
You're not going to have 3 cars.
I love the location. I think it's absolutely fabulous. You couldn't have chose a much better location. The views are stunning. Stunning.
It's a lovely room, Rog, but I don't think our furniture would fit in here, do you?
No,
You know,
no.
really.
Looking round,
And,
the size of our 3-piece suite would drown the room.
It would. The other thing is when all the family come down, there's nowhere
No,
there really
no.
isn't enough room.
How did you get on?
Very good, thank you.
Very
Yes.
good, yeah.
Yes.
Had a good look around?
Very
I
good
have,
look
yeah,
around. Yes, yes.
Good. Let's hit the road, shall we?
Okay.
Farming has been big business in County Down for centuries. However, back in the 17th century, one specific crop changed both the physical and economic landscape of this region for good. The crop was flax, the raw material in linen. When an English bill was passed in 1699 banning the export of wool, punishable by death, the Lord Deputy of Ireland encouraged farmers to swap sheep and arable crops for flax, creating an entire new textile industry which boomed for well over 200 years. Marguerite and Roger obviously know the area very well, but they know nothing of the origins of the linen trade. So to find out more, they headed to a mill museum at Dromore and met Eugene McColville, whose family have milled flax for over 3 generations.
Counties Down and Antrim and Tyrone, there was mills everywhere. But this mill of ours here was a typical mill
Yes.
of what would have been in those days.
And how many people did you employ
Oh,
when you
my late father employed upwards on, actually over 50 workers
Really?
working at all the various stages of flax.
at this mill?
At this mill and
Yeah.
the other mill across the road.
Although the industry had all but declined by the mid-1900s thanks to the advent of artificial fibres, in the 18th and 19th centuries it accounted for over half of Ireland's total exports, and over 100,000 individuals were employed in linen production. To turn flax into cloth was quite some process though. First, the seeds needed to be removed by rippling.
That is what we're after there, that linen.
Yes.
That linen there, you see that there? See that there?
It then had to be scutched, brushed with a wooden palette knife to remove the hard outer sheath and separate the linen fibres from the flax stalk.
Have I got a job, Eugene?
You've got a job,
Yeah,
yes. I'll keep you in mind.
Good, thank you.
Luckily for the scutchers, advancements in technology meant the whole process could be done by machine.
It's amazing the process it goes through to eventually being a nice piece of Irish linen.
Well, that wasn't even half the job. To become linen, it needed to be woven. In many rural areas, entire families were involved in the whole process, from farming to the loom. When the industry went belly up in the early 20th century, to make sure this combination of agricultural and industrial heritage wasn't lost, in 1958, the Ulster Transport and Folk Museum was built. a working replica of a 19th century milling town and weaving village. And it's well worth a visit for a glimpse into a bygone era. For our second bungalow of the day, we're heading much closer to Banbridge. In fact, it's situated just a few miles away in the countryside on the outskirts of Donaghcloney. A linen village back in the 19th century, today it's a quiet, pretty place with a population of around 1,000 people. Amenities here include a parish church and a couple of decent local shops. For our viewing, we need to head a couple of miles south of this village into the open countryside. So here you go. Our second offering to you.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Very nice, yes.
It looks very nice. I would like to maybe brighten it up a little bit. Perhaps a lick of paint.
Okay. Now look, we're almost at the top of this hill, but look at the landscape we've got behind us.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
fabulous view. Yes.
Fabulous view.
Yes,
It is.
This is sort of the area, sort of location we're looking for, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, spot on.
So apart from a lick of paint,
Yeah.
we're in here, are we?
That's right.
We're looking good.
Yeah, looks good.
Let's look inside.
Okay.
Size was an issue with our first bungalow, so we're increasing the floor print with this property. It still doesn't have all the reception rooms Marguerite is after, but room dimensions are much bigger, so plenty of space for all the family. Okay, I think we've got a very different kind of home. What do we think?
Well, it's good size and gorgeous views again. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now, this is bigger,
It is.
but in the first house, whilst it was smaller, you seemed a lot more vocal. You almost gave it a warmer reception.
I'm just not feeling the same as I did in the first house.
No,
Even though it's bigger, it's just something about
It's not
it.
quite
but
got that
not quite.
certain something.
try and keep an open mind, but I'm aware that it has to have the right feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's have a look in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, good size reception hall here, don't you?
Lovely sized hallway. Yes,
nice
it is
large
nice.
entrance.
Now the kitchen is a very different affair.
Different affair? It certainly is. Oh my goodness
Yeah, it is
gracious me.
different.
I know you didn't want farmhouse kitchen,
No, I didn't.
but it doesn't scare me showing you this because it's all cosmetic. You don't have to have all this wood effect everywhere. So I want you to look at this through eyes of maybe doing this kitchen up or maybe taking the farmhouse feel out and putting the modern feel
It's
in.
a fabulous
Yeah.
size of the
Yeah,
kitchen.
it's
You
a
could
good size.
do an awful lot with it.
And
yeah.
you don't have to build a conservatory on like the first place. You have a bit of a sunroom here.
Yeah.
Follow me. So this at the moment, well, it's trying to do two jobs, and I think it only needs to do one.
Yeah.
You've got a massive kitchen,
Yeah.
so maybe take the washing machines out and put them into the big
Put them in
kitchen.
the kitchen, yeah. Yeah, I could
And then
do that.
this could be then a dining room,
Yeah.
and you could lead out onto that sun deck.
Yes.
Lovely.
You could actually make this into a nice dining room.
Yes, you could.
Cosmetics aside, the space here seems to be hitting the mark, and decor is so easily changed. This bungalow also comes with 3 bedrooms, including a double guest bedroom, a good-sized single bedroom, and a modern shared bathroom. Okay then, master bedroom. Not a bad size.
It's a good
No,
size.
good room. Good
Yes.
size room, yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
I'm getting the feeling that you're not getting the feeling, if you know what I mean.
Just something that's just not quite doing it for me. I don't know what it is. I can't just put my finger on it, but
I just like something more modern.
So that's it, okay,
More
modern.
yeah, I
More
think
modern.
that's probably the word. Yeah, more modern.
That's-
It's probably too much woodwork.
You got it. Ah, that's the problem, almost too much character, but it's not an insurmountable obstacle. They could easily modernise here by painting the wood if they liked. So there are options and this gives them the space. Even better, outside is something that might just sway Roger. Now then, Roger, what do we see here before us?
Oh yes, nice
Yes.
big shed stroke garage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
That looks
Yeah.
a good space.
Good. Now we do have a substantial plot here, certainly. I would say it's fairly low maintenance. There's not lots of beds here, but it might give you an excuse to buy a ride-on mower, you never know. Now it's half an acre, all in
Right,
all,
yeah.
on plot size.
Yeah.
Let's go have a look at the top bit.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So with all this land, Roger could put up a super-sized garage if needs be. Now up here, you can see we've got some fantastic views, haven't
Absolutely.
we?
Lovely.
Beautiful. Really lovely.
What do you think of how much it might be on the market for?
I think this is on the market for 249,000.
Okay. All
I
right.
think I'll go a little bit higher, about 260,000.
Okay. Substantially more than the first property we had a look at.
Well, it's bigger.
Because
it's a
it's
lot bigger.
bigger,
yeah.
It's a lot bigger.
Well, it's actually on the market, before I get blown off this hill, it's on the market for offers around £235,000.
So that's reasonable. Very good value.
Well,
For the
considering
amount of land you get and
considering the size of it,
yeah.
obviously it's
Yeah.
probably worth that £10,000 more.
Yeah.
Look, my suggestion to you is go back in there and see if you could modernise it to your own taste. See what you'd be prepared to do and whether or not you could make this your ideal home.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, okay, we'll do
I'll
that.
catch you in a bit.
Okay.
At offers around £235,000, this rustic bungalow is really spacious, with a large living room, a big kitchen diner, a separate dining room and 3 bedrooms. The location and views are obviously a hit, and with half an acre, there's plenty of space to build a double garage. Cosmetically, it could be changed to suit their taste, but at £35,000 under budget, they'd have plenty of spare change to do it.
Setting wise, it's absolutely perfect. It's a lovely location, great scenery, lovely views, the hills, the mountains of Mourne in the background there. It really is a fabulous location.
Cupboards nice though. Like
Cupboards
the
are nice, yes. Nice job
is
fitting
this,
the cupboards.
is this a Belfast sink, I wonder?
You like the sink, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the sink has a good worktops.
Yeah.
Are nice and easy to look
Yeah,
after.
it's just these beams that are bugging me.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It is a lovely big home for a family, but I really want something modern, modern and no work to be done.
Well, whether it's good or bad, they seem to be taking their time. You all done?
Yes.
Yes.
That's it. Thank you.
Well, that's it for the house tours for today. So
Okay,
let's hit
fine.
the road.
Right, good.
So that's it for day 1. We're 2 properties down as the sun sets over County Down. Coming up next in our search for the perfect bungalow, we have the mystery house.
The strange kitchen, Johnny.
Yeah, it's a strange kitchen in as much that at the moment you might be boiling a kettle and eating noodles out of the pot. But will it rise to the occasion?
I like it.
So to sum up, yesterday's property started off pretty well. Lovely interiors, but maybe not big enough. Then the second property, certainly big enough, didn't get the right feel for the interiors. That leaves us with the final property, which is the mystery house. Now, as you might expect, there are some quite sizable compromises with the mystery house, but there are some major pluses. I can't wait to see their reactions. What do you think the mystery house might be?
I can't imagine. I think it may be a house because we asked for a bungalow. I think it may be a house. It could be an apartment.
Would it be a disaster if it was a house?
It wouldn't. Not really. As long
No,
as
not really.
As long as
A lot of property.
Huge.
Yes, liking the garage.
It's brand spanking new. Mm-hmm. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the guy that's built this so far is a builder. He will finish it off for you,
Okay. Yeah.
but there'll be some extras to pay. Okay, so these are big compromises I'm talking about, I appreciate. But
Yeah.
knowing what we know, we still prepared to have a look around it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Well, Marguerite said she wanted modern, and you don't get much more modern than this chalet bungalow. Now, I'm going to let you into a secret. This is over budget, but it's so spacious and delivers everything they wanted and more. We just had to show it to them. Now then, we've got something that's quite rare to find in a bungalow, a set of stairs.
It is.
Quite grand, aren't they?
It is.
Huge, lovely staircase. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, I don't often say wow, but this is wow.
Good.
It's very, very nice.
Well, I think the whole house is impressive. Do you want to have a look?
Sure, yeah, please.
So what would you use this room for?
A lounge? Yeah. Very
Super.
nice.
There's nothing to do with this room apart from stick a fire surround in there.
Yeah, that's
Is
right.
there?
No.
Nothing,
No.
nothing at all. No.
So you reckon this would be your living room, yeah?
I think so.
Now, you've not seen the rest of the house yet, so you might well change your mind.
Okay.
You've got options here.
Wonderful. Wow. Goodness. I'm speechless. It's huge.
Good heavens. What a space.
Fantastic. Wonderful space.
There's a few spaces, aren't there?
There are, yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
think about sunrooms,
Yeah.
you couldn't get a better one than
No.
that, could
No, glass all the way
Yeah.
around. Yeah, fabulous.
you? So now, look, you've got a sunroom, what,
Yeah.
living room, a dining room, what's that going to be?
I don't read. My study. Little
Yes.
study.
Yeah.
Now, so far, there's wood flooring throughout, wood skirting. You've not mentioned that, though.
No.
I like this wood flooring, actually.
I like it. It's
Yeah,
just,
I like this wood flooring.
It's not overpowering.
No.
Everywhere's white. It's nice and
Yeah, nice and light.
Yeah.
And you could really, really put your own stamp on this.
Yeah, I think
could
so.
do.
Absolutely.
Want to keep looking on?
Please.
Kitchen's next.
It's a strange kitchen, Johnny.
Yeah, it's a strange kitchen, in as much that at the moment you might be boiling a kettle and eating noodles out of the pot.
Yes. Looks that way.
But the hard work, believe it or not, has been done again. Everything in this house is plumbed in. All it is now is buying the kitchen units and the worktop.
You can choose.
Yeah, you can choose
whatever kind of
whatever you
kitchen
want.
you want.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take on, isn't it? I know.
There's a lot to take in too. The rest of the ground floor consists of 2 bedrooms, a single bedroom and a guest bedroom with a shower room that's yet to be plumbed in.
So, going up the stairs the first time.
Yes.
How's it feel?
Wonderful.
Very grand.
They are, aren't they?
Yes, very grand
And up the
staircase.
stairs we go.
Now, we've got 2 bedrooms on this floor.
Right.
This is clearly a master room.
That's fantastic. Look at the size of it. Beautiful.
Nice shape.
Yeah, it is a nice shape.
Yeah.
And look at those views.
Yeah.
Every morning. It's almost like a piece of framed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really.
It is. It's almost like a picture hanging on the wall, isn't it?
Yeah, which will change throughout the year.
Yes.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
change with the seasons, yeah.
Well, there are more far-reaching views from the 4th bedroom, which is also a double. Both rooms share what will be a sizable bathroom. However, it's that very sizable garage I know Roger just can't wait to check out.
It's almost like a separate house, this. Well then.
Wow. What about this?
Oh, yes. What a nice space. I like it.
You could live out here, there.
I could, yeah.
Is that a request?
Might be.
Granted.
Yes.
Well, just through there, you got plumbing for a loo as well.
Really? Oh, wow.
Self-contained.
You happy?
Yeah, very happy.
I think I hear boxes being ticked right, left and centre. Now there's one last element to get right, the garden. With a large deck veranda and a small lawn, it's entirely manageable, and once again, there are views to ooh and ah over.
I thought yesterday's scenery
it was good.
nice, but
That
this is even better.
And you look at the back of the house from here.
Yeah.
Look at it. I think it looks better from here.
It's impressive,
Yes,
isn't it? Stands beautifully.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
So, now comes the crunch.
how much do you think this house is on the market for?
I think it's way, way over budget, and I would say it's £395,000.
Oh goodness. No, I'm only going 325. I want a bargain.
Well, you are after a bargain, aren't you?
I'm afraid it's bad news for both of you. You are both out because it's under that. It's on the market for £298,000.
You're joking.
Really? What do I sign?
Have you got your checkbook with you?
Well, look, you know, I'm here to keep your feet on the floor as well. I want you to find the right place for you guys.
Yeah.
But it's over budget, and there's still money to be
Yeah,
spent on
that's
it.
true.
So start thinking about what piggy banks have got what in there. Go in there and have a chat.
Great.
And I'll probably catch you in, well, it might be a short while, won't it?
You might not find us.
All right. See you in a bit.
Okay.
Bye. Well, I'm chuffed because, well, I knew they'd like it. It's a fantastic building. What I'm chuffed at is that they weren't hugely put off by the price. this is a fantastic opportunity. Yes, it's going to stretch them financially, but they'd never want to leave, would they?
On the market for £298,000, this ultra-modern chalet bungalow is a stretch over budget, but delivers everything they've asked for and then some. Or it will do once it's finished. It has 4 reception rooms with an open plan flow, 4 bedrooms, one of which will be en suite, a large kitchen to be completed, and it has an absolutely massive double garage. As a bonus, it also comes with a 9 years builder's warranty. They obviously love it, but when reality bites, will they think it's worth the extra outlay?
It's fantastic. It's wonderful. It really is something special. More than I ever dreamt of, really. Your cooker would go.
Your cooker would go
probably
here.
on that wall, yes.
Yeah, the cooker's there, that's all ready for
It's,
electricity.
yeah,
Just
plenty
to
of
plug in there.
plenty of sockets really for everything, isn't there?
Yeah. It'll take some furnish in the kitchen this side. The mystery property has certainly been a mystery property. It is absolutely amazing. So I feel very, very good about it, actually.
Wouldn't it be marvellous if we could afford this, Roger? It's a dream. It really is a dream property.
Yeah.
I knew I'd find you looking either at the house or these wonderful views.
Oh, the views are fantastic. They really are.
Whichever way you look, it's fantastic.
It is. Now, I think I need to take you away from this wonderful setting.
Okay.
You need to have a bit of a chat, and then maybe we have a discussion later on as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, good.
Hit the road.
Now, big gardens and veggie plots are usually a top priority for most of our buyers, but not today. I'm missing out on my usual fill of botanical delights, so during the week I couldn't resist the chance to visit the 90-acre garden at Mount Stewart on the edge of Strangford Lough. Preserved by the National Trust since the late 1950s, today they're open to the public to be enjoyed by all. Head gardener Phil Robinson kindly offered to show me around.
So, Phil, what brought about this inspiration, if you like, for these magnificent gardens?
Well, these are the creation of Edith, Lady Londonderry, who came to live here just after the end of the First World War. She realised that we've got quite a unique microclimate here because we're very close to seawater. We're right on the shores of Strangford Lough and not far away from the Irish Sea. So she discovered that she could actually grow things here that you'd only really find growing in the southwest of England. It's got this exotic, really exotic feel to it.
Well-educated and well-travelled, Lady Londonderry took inspiration from all over the world to design many gardens within one garden. As well as the Dodo Terrace and Italian garden, she created the Spanish Gardens, so called for its green-roofed summer house and cypress tree arches, a nod to the Alhambra Palace in Granada. Whilst the sunken garden with its flame-coloured azaleas and blue delphiniums was her most colourful and most stylised effort, she really let her playful side loose in the Shamrock Garden.
This area here is all about symbolism, so you've got this shape of the shamrock and the hedges accentuate that as well. And then you've got this amazing red hand. The red hand relates to the legend of the two giants that were racing across the Irish Sea from Scotland to lay claim to the land of Ulster. And they had a bet that the first one that would lay his hand on the land would get it. And the one that was losing the race could see that he was going to lose, so he chopped off his left hand and flung it to the shore where it landed, and that's where this legend of the red hand comes from. And we try and emulate that with plants.
So we just missed it at its best.
Just missed it. The tulips have just gone over.
Well, that'll give me an excuse to come here again at least, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Lovely.
And I definitely will revisit, but now it's crunch time. Will Marguerite and Roger be planting their feet at any of the properties we've shown them?
Well, I've got a pretty good idea, as I'm sure you have, of which of the 3 properties will be the favourite for Roger and Marguerite. But let's face it, it comes with some huge compromises that may yet affect their decision. It's time.
Johnny? Yes, we certainly have.
So let's talk about the properties then. Cast your minds back to yesterday morning. We drove up the top of that road and we saw that lovely little bungalow with those views.
The bungalow itself was beautiful. It was in a lovely area. The inside of the property was beautifully presented, but the rooms were a little bit on the small side for what we actually were looking for.
You did have that potential for the sunroom, but you'd need something else on top of that, would you?
You would really, yes.
Well, okay, moving on from there, we then went to a much larger property with quite a lot of wood in it.
You could say that.
Very woody.
But it was big, wasn't it?
It was big.
But it didn't seem to have the right feel for you, certainly, Marguerite.
It didn't, no. As soon as I went in, I just didn't feel right about it.
You get certain vibes, don't you, when you walk into a place, and that just wasn't doing it for me either.
Today brought new challenges and new emotions came to the fore, didn't they? What do you think of the Mystery House now you've come away from there?
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely, wow.
A house like that, you'd be extremely proud to have anybody come and see you.
But in the back of my mind, I always knew it was over budget.
Money just didn't seem to matter when I saw that property. It did blow me away.
It seems a silly question. That's your favourite property, isn't it?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes.
So, what's the next move for you guys?
We've just got to sort of get our feet back on the ground and just think how much more needs spending on it, i.e. the kitchen, the rest of your furnishings, and just generally weigh that sort of expense up, really.
Well, look, very exciting. There's lots of homework to do. Homework you probably didn't envisage, but you could have the most amazing of homes, couldn't you?
We could.
Certainly could.
We certainly could.
Yeah.
Well, please keep in touch and please let us know how you get on.
We will. Thank you. Thank you for all your help.
My pleasure. It's funny, isn't it? In the second property, Roger and Marguerite said they didn't want to do any work. Cosmetic or whatever it was, there had to be the finished product. Take them to the Mystery House and they completely changed their minds. But that's because they get the right feel. The house had the right location, it gave them all the space and more. Now, they've got the choice of taking on a house that, whilst it's over budget, they might be able to negotiate it down towards their price, but they've got a house they can finish their very own specification, and that's a really exciting project for them. I wish them both the very best of luck. But from me and from County Down, that's about it. We'll see you next time.
Marguerite and Roger revisited the Mystery House, but sadly decided it would push their budget too far to get the high-spec finish they felt the house.
सांची डिजिटल रिकॉर्डिंग स्टूडियो खगड़िया
दिल गेल बंसी के जारी गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के तो दिल गेल बंसी के जारी गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के हम पूजलियो भगवान बनाई के तू जाने ले बन के कसाई के हम पूजलियो भगवान बनाई के तू जाने ले बन के कसाई के तू गेले दुनिया उजारी के बन गेल छैला बिहारी के तो दिल गेल बंसी के जारी के बन गेल छैला बिहारी के हमारा कोई नाम हंसैले गे गाँव में थू थू करबैले हमारा कोई नाम हंसैले गे गाँव में थू थू करबैले गे गेल नजर में गिराई गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के दिल गेल बंसी के जारी गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के तोहरा नहीं गलती छोरी चिन्हई में कैलियो हमारे तोहरा नहीं गलती छोरी चिन्हई में कैलियो हमारे तो गेले सपना जगाई गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के तो दिल गेल बंसी के जारी गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी के तोरा नहीं मनती मत करतो तोहर सौरभ सब करतो तोरा में गिरा कर मत करतो तोहर मौसम देव के रुआई गे कि पहिले छैला बिहारी में दिला गेल बंसी के जारी गे बन गेल छैला बिहारी
सिक्कू सावरिया।